Well, today is definitely a day for food, fun, and of course, sun, but it's kind of appropriate to reflect a little bit too, and no better person to do that with than Ginny Olsen, who is a multi-generation lobster woman and of course the executive director of the Maine Lobster Union. Thank you, as always, for chatting with me. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
So, today is a great day. Just how does it feel, generally speaking, just to be here today?
For the Lobster Festival itself, it just feels celebratory.
Yeah.
It feels like there's a ton of people here today. Everyone is happy, and it's just a great day to enjoy a summer day in Maine.
Always nice when Mother Nature cooperates as well.
Absolutely.
Alrighty, that's true of lobstering in general, I would say.
Yes, it is.
Often praying to the weather gods. But what a difference a year makes. We've been talking for a long time now, and this time last year, you just endured that first round of cuts. People were struggling to comply with gear conversion changes, worrying about how that was going to be enforced, what it was going to do to their bottom line. And now here we are a year later, and things aren't perfect. You've had to deal with cuts and changes, but the future of the lobster industry is much more assured now than it was this time last year. Talk a little bit about where you're at.
I first want to thank all of our federal delegates, the state of Maine, all of our communities, our fishing families. Everyone in Maine has supported the Maine lobstermen and lobster. And Maine just wouldn't be Maine without lobster. So I think just that alone has been such an embracing feeling to have everyone in your community try to donate, to help for legal, and to work through the changes that we have to work through. But we still really have to make sure that we don't have right whales in our water that we're going to entangle, that we can go out and fish in our traditional fishing fashion and continue on the legacy.
And I think it's important to note too that you all are conservationists at heart as well. You have voluntarily implemented measures to protect aquatic life, and you're as invested in protecting the right whale as you are protecting the industry.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We started V-notching, hundreds of years ago to make a sustainable fishery. If we see balloons floating in the bay, we stop and pick them up. If there's a ball of rope or something in the water, we stop and pick it up. We don't pollute the environment that we're fishing in because we need that clean water, clean environment to have healthy, good lobsters.
Also important to note too, again, I mentioned you're multi-generational, so fourth or fifth generation?
I'm a fifth generation,
okay.
And yesterday was my first day on the boat. We had an engine rebuild this year. So I was able to go out and start to teach my grandson, Alex, how to do my job because I'm not there.
Right.
And then my son has a son, so we've got quite a few generations still coming.
And it's so important to have this industry there for future generations so that Maine continues to have this wonderful, crucial part of its identity.
Absolutely. In Stonington, 3/4 of the revenue that operate our town is from fishing.
Right.
So it would really hurt the year-round vitality of our town. It would just change the fabric of where I live to not have fishing.
And I think a lot of towns along the Maine coast and in Maine in general can probably say the same thing.
Absolutely.
All right, well, today is definitely a day to celebrate, so we hope you enjoy the rest of the festival. And as always, thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thank you.
All right, back to you guys.